Hello. For those of you who don't know me, my name is Dave Walker. And in addition to other things, I am a life coach and storyteller. And today, the story I'd like to tell you is what I call my life coaching category of relationship management, more specifically dating, and more specifically than that, ghosting. So I've got my ghost with me. For those of you who are thinking, is that the same Dave Walker who got an F in arts and crafts in grade one? Yes, it is. So today, talking about ghosting, in order to give you a bit of an appreciation of what that feels like and what that looks like, I'm going to share actually two stories. The first story is how I ghosted a woman, and then the second story is how a woman ghosted me, and that one's actually fresh off the press. Because somebody ghosted me 6 days ago, and supposedly when I Google it, it takes 3 days to get ghosted. So pretty fresh. Um, so what inspired me to talk about ghosting? It's someone who I know had really made an impact on me. That it had made somebody that they knew had been ghosted, and it just was such a hurtful, impactful experience. It really got me thinking that, you know what, ghosting is pretty nasty. I ghosted people before, and I've been ghosted as well. I don't feel it as much as others just because what I do in my business is reaching out to people. Um, I'm on about 8 dating sites right now, so I'm used to getting ghosted and rejected through every form whatsoever, LinkedIn, Facebook, dating sites, you name it. So I think my skin has been hardened, but other people, it's very hurtful. So I thought I'd share some of my stories here. I'll bring in a little bit of humor like I do, but at the end of the day, this is something that's really nasty. And I think for me moving forward now, I'm going to do my best not to ever ghost anybody, whether it's business or dating or anything else. But here we go. Let's start with our story. Um, I've invited somebody else to join us, not in person, but via book, and that's Don Miguel Ruiz. So those of you who aren't familiar with his book, The Four Agreements, there are four agreements in there, and I've broken three of them through my ghosting and being ghosted. So the first is be impeccable with your word. So don't judge yourself or don't judge others. Don't take anything personally. Hard not to take things personally when you're being ghosted. Don't make assumptions. I've made all kinds of assumptions of why I'm being ghosted, and apparently they're always turn out to be wrong. And always do your best. So here I'm going to do my best to share some of those stories. So the first story is me ghosting somebody. So for those of you who have been on some of these sites, you probably know this, others don't, is when you go on there, you see the person's profile. Some people just have pictures, some people have pictures and a little bit of text around them. And then you swipe left if you're not interested, and you swipe right. So what I did once is in others, you push an X and they go, see, you get all confused. I got all confused and I accidentally went right on somebody who I wasn't interested in. What that did is all of a sudden they liked me, it matched us. They had 24 hours to get back to me. And they reached and said, hey, wow, I'd like to meet you. Thanks. And then I had 24 hours to get back to them, or it just disappears and we're no longer in contact. So I felt terrible that I had done that. And I didn't want to hurt the person's feelings. I didn't want to go out there and say, I'm not interested in you. So I just thought, you know what, I'm not going to say anything and I'll just let it expire. They'll probably think that, he wasn't on the app or he's out, out of country or something. So that's what I did. I just let it end. So that was kind of my ghosting experience. And I've done other things as well. Often it's because I don't want to hurt people's feelings. I'm too nice. That's another story, that I'm too nice a guy. And what happens is I end up um, hurting other people when I'm trying to be nice. So that was the story of me ghosting somebody. So here's the story of me getting ghosted and kind of the impact it had on me. So I'm going to actually take here, this is I'm going to share some of the back and forth text here. So when I'm trying to connect with a woman, believe me, I do a lot of the connecting, but still it's very intimidating. I'm trying to figure out a way, and I'm a connector. It's kind of like one of my strengths, and it's still tough. So, I've been told by women that, you guys are too visual. So I'm trying to get in there. I'm trying not to use the pictures to connect with them. I'm looking for text. So if the women don't have any text in there in their bio, then it's harder for me to connect. So anyhow, this person had answered, not a lot of text, but they answered a question. And I used that to connect. So the question is, if you could be teleported anywhere this weekend, and then they filled in the blanks, they put in 3 different countries, and one of them was Germany. So this is what I did. I thought, okay, I'm interested. I'm going to reach out to you. So this is June 11th. So based on my mood at the current moment, it would be Berlin. Enjoy the rest of your day. XXX. Cheers, Dave. So I left that, didn't say anything about the pictures, used the text, and just waited to get a response. So I got a response really quick. Have you been to Berlin before? With a happy face. That was on the 11th. So the 12th, I replied, hello, person. No, but I have been down the romantic road in Germany with a stopover in Munich. Brought back memories of my youth, more specifically my visits to the old Munich and Montreal when it existed. What about you? Which of the 3 did you choose? Question mark. Are you in Berlin now? Question mark, happy face. So that was 5 days ago. And here I am kind of thinking like, what happened? Did I did ask a stacked question. So in coaching, that's a no, but what did I do to scare that person off? I have a type of personality where I get very excited and I'll go out there and reach out and connect with all kinds of things. I hear that, women are, they're upset that we don't even read their profiles and read the text. So I'm trying to indicate that I did in kind of a fun way. So did I scare that person off? Am I too scary? How am I going to react next time? So what it did is it started getting me to start doubting myself. And as Don Miguel would say, I started making all these assumptions. And then what that does is next time I want to reach out to somebody, I'm going to be more hesitant. I'm not going to come out. The real me is not going to come out because I'm afraid to scare them off. And what's going to happen is I'm going to end up connecting with the wrong women to date. And I'm going to scare off a lot of people who, maybe they are better off with somebody else. So that's kind of what I've taken around from the ghosting. So a couple of notes to myself. One is moving forward, don't forget to be you, go out there and share some of that thing. Don't overwhelm them, but at the same time, be you. And the other thing is do your best not to ghost anybody, whether it's in business or whether it is in dating or anything else, because, for me, I'm more used to it, but it's still tough. So I can just imagine what it's like from others. So there you go. There are the stories. I welcome any feedback and comments or ideas or anything on the ghosting front or the dating front or any other front whatsoever. Take care.